Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. I appreciate you clicking on that video as always. And today we are back with another weekly wares video. If this is your first time on this channel, my name is Gerard, and every Monday we do a weekly wares video where I talk about every fragrance that I wore all 7 days last week. If that's content that you think you'd like to see more of, please be sure to subscribe to the channel. But without further ado, let's get into the list, starting with Sunday. So on Sunday, I went with a new fragrance to my collection, and I am truly excited about this new fragrance. Really, this brand as a whole. It's sort of new on the scene. The fragrance that I have is just incredible. I absolutely enjoy this thing way more than I had anticipated, just basing that on a note breakdown that I had seen prior before getting the bottle. Scent I'm talking about is Mmasi's Into Me. This is truly a unique freshie. It's intriguing in a way, which I don't think you can say about many freshies. Oh man, in the air, just gorgeous. It has a warmth to it for a freshie, and if you guys have watched my channel for any length of time, you know that I really enjoy that sort of angle to a fresh fragrance. I like when it has a little bit of warmth, maybe a little bit of spice in that opening. This fragrance does that beautifully. This sweet, spicy pink pepper note, along with a really authentic on skin, less so in air, on skin watermelon note, which it adds this juicy fruitiness to this fragrance that you do get some aquatics from this, but just blended beautifully. It really works. Patchouli and this sort of biting ginger add this effortless masculinity to this fragrance that I can't get enough of it. It's really addictive. This is really going to work in every situation, every season, which for me is an added bonus when you're talking about a fresh fragrance. If you can wear it year round, again, that warm, spicy accord in the opening lends itself to cooler weather while still being fresh and uplifting and bright and calming and just I love this thing. This is gonna get a ton of wear for me. Above average performance for the day that I wore it, and really lasted me a full work day. As I said, looking forward to wearing this one more. Mmasi's Into Me. So Monday was Halloween. I had to go with one that sort of fit my costume. And if you guys follow me on Instagram, you already know what I was for Halloween. If you don't follow me on Instagram, be sure to follow me on my Instagram. You can go see what I was. Scent I ended up going with definitely gives me Halloween vibes. That scent, of course, is John Varvatos Dark Rebel. I think I got this thing for $12 at a Burlington, and they're hard to come by now. Dark, smoky, boozy, just the right amount of boozy sweetness with this sort of undertone of rough and tumbled black leather. I get a little bit of an ashtray vibe from this, but it's not a turnoff. It's not anything that is going to make you feel like you're smelling a disgusting ashtray. It just sort of gives off that ashy, smoky vibe that just works, especially with the fragrance as a whole, those other elements, the booziness from the rum, there's sugar cane in this. Does wear slightly heavy, so, you know, wearing this in the cooler months is gonna be ideal. This definitely exudes that sort of bad boy, edgy, rebellious type attitude. Think wearing black leather jacket, maybe a glass of top shelf whiskey, and smoking a high quality cigar. That is the vibe I get from Dark Rebel. Really one of the better performing John Varvatoses. With that being said, it's not all day performance. You're getting about 6 hours on average. That's plenty for me, especially where I find this to be more of an evening scent, cooler evening out scent. It times just right, especially if I'm just wearing it out for the evening. Really love this one. Hope to wear it more this fall and winter. John Varvatos Dark Rebel. I would say that I have 3 fragrances on this list that are some of my favorite niche fragrances, probably all in my top 10 favorite niche fragrances. Easy. And I just love them all for different reasons. This is one of them. Scent I'm talking about is Parfums de Mali's Sedley. Sedley remains one of my most complimented fragrances ever. And I don't like to hype compliments or compliment related fragrances because I think it's so subjective, and fragrance on certain people is going to come across differently, how you carry yourself. So you can't really guarantee compliments. But for me personally, I find that this one gets me a lot of compliments. Tons of bright, cooling, minty citrus, with this sparkly effervescence to it. Reminds me really of a Sprite, like when you first pop a can of Sprite open and you see kind of the fizziness coming up and almost sparks jumping off of it from the effervescence. Definitely my favorite blue fragrance of all blue fragrances. If I had to pick one blue fragrance to have in my collection, it would definitely be Sedley. I would pick this over anything. Has a really beautiful, well done lavender note, so smells super clean and aromatic. Lasts all day on me. Performance for a freshie, incredible. As I said, full day of work, 8+ hours. Great scent. Parfums de Mali's Sedley. Now, on Wednesday, I went with a fragrance that was part of my recent rack store haul. And if you haven't seen that video, I'll be sure to link it here. But I grabbed this in that haul, and this one is really nice. Doesn't get a lot of love in the community. Scent I am talking about is Dolce & Gabbana's K Eau de Parfum. Blood orange, fig milk, and lavender are some of the notes in this one. And decent atomizer as well. Oh man, in the air. This thing shines in the air. This is definitely a better fragrance in the air in its sillage than on skin smelling it up close. The aromatics this has, the just clean, citrusy, bright, almost green, not almost green, green aspects it has. Really beautiful. Has a slight creaminess to it. Maybe that's that fig milk accord that they're trying to replicate. It has a bit of sweetness, but not too sweet. It's just enough and just the right amount in a fresh fragrance that I like. Personally, I like a little bit of sweetness in my freshie. This offers that. Far better than the EDT. My memory of the EDT was underwhelming, which I understand really gets a bad rap for sort of being an uninspired, boring fragrance. But I don't know, maybe some of that is just hype. Some of the people just sort of piling on. I personally think it's one of the better, if you're gonna pick one, an all-arounder. You may have something that fits this role already, which is why I think this gets a bad rap, but I think this is one that's not talked about enough for sort of fitting that role of an easy, dumb reach, versatile, everyday type of scent. This will be liked by everyone. It's hard to dislike, and it's really exceeds expectations for me in the dry down and its sillage. That's where it shines. That's where I like this the most. And decent performance as well. K EDP from Dolce & Gabbana. So on Thursday, I absolutely hated the OG of this. This is a flanker of that. So I was definitely skeptical when I grabbed this. Wasn't sure if I was gonna like it because I absolutely dislike its OG predecessor, and I couldn't have been more wrong with sort of expecting more of that because I love this one. Scent I'm talking about is Dunhill Century Blue. And as you can see from the bottle, I put quite a dent in this. I find this one to be very calming. I like to wear this at bedtime as well. This doesn't smell like a cheapie. This smells more rounded, more put together, just more high quality than what you would expect from a $20 fragrance. Best value blue fragrance, bar none. In my opinion, this is it. This is the best value blue fragrance you're going to find. This does get compared to Salvatore Ferragamo's Acqua Essenziale Blue, which I think is another great fragrance, but I like this one a bit more. This has an added iris note, which just adds this twist to it. It's not a powdery iris, but a sweet, woody, earthy type of iris, and I love it. I don't like the OG Century. There's a note in that fragrance that really turns me off. Just don't like it. I think it's the cypriol oil. It comes across as almost like a grapey accord, but I also get like a hay-like vibe to it, and there's something about it that I just dislike. So I was skeptical, but I don't get any of that DNA in this one. Incredible scent for the money. I recommend if you are on a budget and you want a sort of great all-around blue fragrance, check out Dunhill Century Blue. On Friday, I reached for one that, again, top 5 all-time niche fragrances in my collection. And this is Class in a Glass. Beautiful, well done signature scent type fragrance. Scent I am talking about is Mason Francis Kurkdjian's Gentle Fluidity Silver. Man. Oh, this is that. Instantly you get the juniper berry in this, and once you get that, it's almost like a metallic, earthy, slight fruitiness to it. Just beautifully blended and well done. Signature scent, as I said, classy, beautiful musks and aromatic, almost a pininess to it. I love this scent. To me, when I wear it, it comes across as really, I feel really confident, masculine, business savvy, like I want to get crap done. I put this on. I know I'm going to smell classy. This just takes it up a notch. Now you have to dress the part. You know, this is more buttoned up, more dressy, but I can definitely see wearing this in the summertime. If you're going golfing or you're going sort of just to hang out and have drinks during the day, maybe brunch, it works in that situation too. So a little bit casual, a little bit laid back. It's really versatile. Absolutely love this one. All day performance, performs like a beast. Really my favorite from MFK. Gentle Fluidity Silver. Finally, on Saturday, it was my daughter's first birthday, and I just wanted something. It was in the 70s here in Boston, so 72, I think, is what it topped off at. And I wanted to go with a fragrance that I find versatile, perfect for the summer, perfect for the warm weather, but also a step up from your typical fresh designer fragrance. So again, another niche fragrance that would land in my top 5. Super easy grab. Mancera's Cedrat Boise. My opinion, if Dunhill Century Blue is the best all-around blue fragrance on a budget, this is the best all-around niche fragrance. And you're gonna see a lot of YouTubers recommend this as sort of an entry-level niche type fragrance, because I think this is a step up from your designer fragrances. It's a big step up from many designer fragrances that in terms of its scent profile and sort of taking a little bit of a risk. And I'll explain that why in a second. Oh yeah, so good. Lemony citrus up top, vanillic, smoky, woody, similar to the ashtray vibe I get from Dark Rebel. Some people say they get a cigarette vibe from Cedrat Boise. I kind of understand that, but it doesn't smell like dirty or annoying or anything like that. It's just a really unique take on smokiness that works beautifully with the citrus and the vanilla in here. Obviously gets compared quite a bit to Creed Aventus. You see a lot of face-off videos between this and Creed Aventus. I understand, but they don't smell the same. There's a million dupes for Creed Aventus that smell like Creed Aventus or similar to it, close to it. This has its own vibe. This is its own fragrance, in my opinion. I think it's the profile, the citrus, vanilla, woody, musk, smokiness, but they're all done differently. Each one of those elements is done differently in Cedrat Boise, and at a really great value. You can usually get this for under $100 for 120 ml. I'll be sure to link it down below so you can get the best price on it. Really would be my recommendation for an entry-level niche fragrance, because as I said, it's a step up from many designer fragrances with its own unique edge and twist to it. This also has a leather note that I get sometimes, and other times I don't get it. So it really depends on how I'm wearing it, I think. Sometimes I get that leather vibe, other times it's more heavy on the vanilla and the lemon. But yeah, incredible scent. My wife really loves this one quite a bit. She even wears it sometimes, and I can see it. I can see a woman pulling this off as well. It's just a really likable scent for everyone. I get great performance from it. I know some people are sort of concerned about reformulation and all that. This is a newer batch, I guess, and really performs great on my skin. Mancera's Cedrat Boise. As always, guys, let me know in the comment section below what your weekly rotation was. I'd love to see what you guys are wearing. If you like what you saw today, please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, share this video, hit that bell notification so you are updated whenever I upload new content. But until then, have a fantastic week, and I'll see you in the next video.